Hello everyone. So my name is Bharat and I work as a Spectrum Protect support SME, and we will be giving a session on crash and code dump analysis, and this session will be covered in two parts. First we will give you the presentation, and second part I will be giving a demo on Linux and the AX server where I will show you how to extract the call stack or how to analyze the core file. So without wasting further time, I will request Vinoy to continue with the presentation. Vinoy, hand over
Thank
to
you,
you.
Bharat. Hello all. Good morning. Good afternoon. Welcome all for the IBM Spectrum Protect webinar, Crash or Core Dump Analysis. My name is Vinoy. I work as a Spectrum Protect support engineer. As Bharat mentioned, today's session will have two parts. First part, I am presenting about Spectrum Protect Core Dump Analysis on Unix and Windows platform. And second part is a demo of Core Dump Analysis. Bharat will show you how to extract the call stack using core dump file. After completing the session, you will be able to find the RCA for this Spectrum Protect crash. If you have any question, you can paste your query in Q&A chat session. Our panelist will answer your query. Also, we'll have Q&A session at the end of this session. I'll go to first slide. Here are today's agenda. Introduction to crash, AIX core dump analysis, Linux core dump analysis, Windows core dump analysis, and few troubleshooting steps. Then we'll have demo by Bharat. Next slide. What is mean by crash? So in computing world, crash occurs when software application or operating system stop functioning and it exists. Any application that abnormally terminates create a core dump file. Similarly, Spectrum Protect server that abnormally terminate produce a core dump file. This core dump file is required to identify the exact cause of server crash. Suppose if you are looking for RCA for the server crash, core file is mandatory to diagnose the issue. Also, it is not always the case that core dump will be generated by crash. Let's say any configuration issues like active log is full or instance directory is full or DB2 got crashed. In these cases, core dump won't generate. You need to check this from configuration end. You have to review act log or DB2 dialog or OS log to fix this configuration issue. However, if server is crashed with the core dump, then it is due to some functional issue which we can investigate through call stack. Next, how to generate the core file manually. This is generally required for Spectrum Protect hung state issue. To force a core dump on Linux or Unix system, issue kill-11 process ID for the DSM server. For example, if you are seeing that Spectrum Protect server is hung state, to overcome this situation, normally we will halt the server and then restart the Spectrum Protect. If you want to find the RCA for the hung, create the core file manually using kill-11 instead of halt command. It will generate the core dump file and you can diagnose the issue with this core. To force a core dump file on Windows system, you have to go to Task Manager on the Process tab and right click on the dsm.svc and create a dump file option will be there. Then location of the core dump will be provided a pop-up message once it's returned to disk. Also, please note, don't run kill-11 command until suggested by support or normal stop procedure to fail the Spectrum Protect server. Next slide is AIX core dump analysis. So what is required to analyze the core dump file? We need DBX utility and executable and the core file. DBX utility is an AX OS utility, and executable means name of the pattern protect process. It's a DSM SIR, DSM STA, or DSMC. If pattern protect server is crashed, you have to provide DSM serve as executable, and for the storage agent, executable name is DSM STA, and for the client, executable name is DSMC. The default location of executable will be in the installation path. For the server, it will be OPT Tivoli TSM server bin location, and location of core file will be on the pattern protect instance path. Suppose if you don't have DBX utilities installed on the AX server, you can extract the call stack with the help of Snapcore utility. I will explain you later slide how you can work on Snapcore utility. Next slide is for finding the core file location on AX. As mentioned earlier, the default core file will be in the pattern protect instance path. However, if you can't find it in the instance path, you can find the core from AX OS error log. You have to run errpt-a and search for the string core underscore dump, or you can pipe it using erpt-a pipe grep -i core to get the core dump location. Here in this example, label is core dump, means some application is crashed. And also you can find the core file name as home TSM instance 1, TSA instance 1 core. This is a core file name, path of the core file. And program name is mentioned as DSM server, which means that this core is related to pattern protect server. Next slide. If you don't have DBX utility is installed on the AX system, so you have to use Snapcore utility. Snapcore command is for collecting and resolving problem with an application. This is an AX OS utility. So in order to analyze the core file, we need related libraries or modules mapped into the pattern protect server at the time of core dump. Snapcore command gathers core file, program, and libraries used by the program and compress the information into a PAX file, PAX file. And here is the syntax for collecting the Snapcore. Snapcore -d, output directory, path to core file name, and program name. Where this output directory is the directory to create the PAX file, and this path to core file name is the complete path for core file. You have to provide the complete path for the core file, and program name is the scoring executable, either DSM SIR or DSM STO or DSMC. And also this Snapcore utility should run from the location of executable for the server. This is a location, OPT Tivoli server bin, or if you are running from any other location, then you have to provide the complete path of executable here. Next slide. Yeah, here is the example of Snapcore command. We are giving Snapcore -d and output directory as /temp Snapcore, and this is my core location, and this is a complete path of executable. Here in this example, this is the output directory, and PAX file will be named as PAX file underscore process ID for the Snapcore .pax.set. So this is a process ID for this Snapcore. And you have to unpack using setcat command. You have to unpack this Snapcore using this command setcat. You have to give the PAX file name, pipe, PAX -r. Once you have this PAX file, you can analyze the data from other AX environment where DBX is installed. Suppose if you don't have DBX is installed in any of your environment, send this PAX file to support team to further investigate. Next slide. If you have DBX is installed on AX server, so first verify the DBX is installed using which DBX command. If it is installed, it will show output like this /user bin DBX. And here is the syntax for extract the call stack from dbx utility, dbx, path to executable, and path to core file name. This will open a dbx prompt. And at the dbx prompt, you have to issue where command to print the call stack for the current core DOM and save output app stack.out. Then check what is there in the call stack. It contains the information for all the thread active at the time of server core DOM. Next slide is a sample output for the call stack. So once you give the dbx command syntax, it will open the dbx prompt. It will be like this. And you have to enter where command. It will print the call stack like this. Once you have the call stack, you can pick any one or two thread and search on the Google. Most of the time it hits to a non-issue. You will find the AppR for the same. If not, you can open a case with support as further diagnosis required. Next slide is the Linus core dump analysis. So to analyze the Linus core dump analysis, we need two utility. One is GDB utility and getCoreInfo utility. GDB is a Linus debugger program that helps to examine object and core files. So verify whether it is installed on your Linux system using which GDB command. If it is installed, it will show output like this /user bin GDB. Next is to find the core file name and location. As mentioned, this is by default, core dump will be created under the Spectrum Protect instance directory. I am suggesting to rename this file or move this file, else it may overwritten. And also this parameter kernel.core_pattern controls where the Linux writes the core dump file. To find the core dump location, you have to enter this command from that root, sysctl space kernel.core_pattern. It will show output like this. In this example, the core path is /temp_core. Also, we have an option to change the location of core dump file using this command, sysctl space -w kernel.core_pattern. You have to give new path. It will write the new path. Next slide. If GDB tool is installed on the Linux system where core is generated, so we can use getCoreInfo command to extract the call stack. This getCoreInfo utility is installed with the Spectrum Protect server to gather the record logs and analyze the core dump. And it will be in the default location of getCoreInfo will be opt tivoli server bin getCoreInfo. And here is the syntax for generating the call stack. getCoreInfo, path to executable and path to core. And executable means name of this Spectrum Protect server, DSM SAR, DSM STO or DSMC. If server is crashed, you have to give DSM SAR as executable, and storage agent it is DSM STA, and for the client it's DSMC. This getCoreInfo command produces two output in the current directory. It's getCoreInfo.txt and getCoreInfo-shlibs.tar.set. This getCoreInfo.txt contains the call stack and all the register for the thread running at the time of error. And this star file contains executable and core file and all the libraries loaded at the time of error. Next slide is a sample example of getCoreInfo. In this example, I am running from the executable location for the DSM serve. And this is a syntax, getCoreInfo. I'm giving executable as DSM serve only and path to core. Suppose if you are running from other location, you have to provide the complete path of the DSM serve. And this is a sample getCoreInfo.txt output. Here it's mentioned that program is terminated signal 11 segmentation fault. The signal 11 segmentation fault means program is stopped. This means that DSM server is stopped manually. And here is the call stack. From this call stack, search any thread, any one or two thread on the Google. Most of the time it is non-issue. If not, you can open a case with the support team. Next slide. If GDB tool is not installed on the Linux system where core is generated, so we have to use LDD utility. This is a Linux command line utility. This will print the shared libraries required by each program. Suppose server is crashed, we have to give enter LDD DSN serve command. This will list the name of shared library for the pattern butter process. Then tar and compress the listed libraries and giving some x libs.tar.set. Then collect the pattern butter executable file that produced by the core and core file for the particular core dump. Then you can extract the core on different machine where GDB is installed. This is the steps. First, we have to save executable core and libraries to temporary location. In this example, I am giving /temp test as a temporary location. Then export using export GDB underscore shlibs underscore path to this saved location. And we have to execute the GDB executable command, GDB executable and core. If it is for 64-bit machine, you have to give GDB 64 executable and core. It will open a GDB prompt and you have to issue where command. It will print the call stack for the current thread. You can refer the stack note for more details. Yeah, next slide is a sample of GDB output. And here is the syntax, GDB path to executable and path to core. I'm giving complete path of executable as OPT, Tivoli, TSM server, bin, DSN server. And this is my core location. And it will open a GDB prompt like this. And you have to enter where command to print the call stack. This is a sample call stack output. As mentioned earlier, you have to check one or two thread on the Google and check if it's non-issue. Else, you can create the case with support. Next is Windows core dump analysis. To extract the call stack on Windows server, IBM will have an internal tool to identify the same. So these many logs are required to identify the pattern butter Windows crash dump analysis. Share the copy of server dump file. Suppose if server is running in the foreground, it will generate DSM ser.dmb. And if it is running as a Windows services, it will be generated as DSM svc.dmb. And share these many information, ser.pdb, DSM svc.pdb, ndb pi.pdb, adsml.pdb, and executable and error log. All these files will be located under pattern butter server directory. By default, it will be C program file, Tivoli, TSN server, and default location of core file will be also same. C program file, Tivoli, TSM server. Once we have this file, support team will extract the call stack and help you to find the RCA for the server crash. Next is few troubleshooting steps. Yeah, scenario 1. Suppose pattern butter is crashed on the Linux platform and no core dump is generated. In this case, you have to check the ulimit value of the core file size. If it is set to 0, core won't generate. You have to review the ulimit using ulimit -a command. So if it is in this example, it is set to 0. If it is set to 0 means core won't generate. You have to change the core value using unlim -c unlimited. So it will change it to unlimited. So next as pattern butter crash, you will have core dump generated. And next is suppose GDBX or GDB issue warning indicate core is truncated, core may not be completed, or core file is not a full core. Here in this call stack is mentioned that it's truncated and expected size is greater than or 3.8 GB. However, it's found only 2 GB only. In this case, you have to check the free space on the file system where core is generated. If possible, free up file system to allow full core or change the location of core to another file system where you have good amount of free space. Here is some AIX tech note how to change the file on AIX core file. You have to redirect the core file to different location using ln-s command. You have to give the new path and old path there. It will redirect to new path. Next is few references are there. Suppose if you are unable to generate the call stack, then follow the steps in these tech notes and share the logs to IBM support. Once we have all the required logs, we'll help you to find the RCA. Next is the demo of CrashDem. I'll hand over to Bharat for the demo section. Thank you all. Bharat, you can share your screen.
Yeah, thanks, Vinay. So let me share my screen. So Vinay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So hello everyone. So in this demo, I will show you how to generate a call stack which from the code up, which is generated by the Spectrum Protect server crash. So in this example, this is my AX box. Okay. And first I will verify whether the U limit is set to correct value or not. So as you can see, this is the core parameter which we need to verify it. As mentioned by Vinoy, if it is set to 0 or if it is set to some limited value, then you might have either core will not generate or a core might truncated if the server get crashed. So to avoid those kind of issue, we suggest to have the core limit or the core dump value should be set to unlimited, which is set to unlimited in my case. One more thing is ls core command, which is helpful to identify whether you have any customized path for your core file. Let's say by default, as mentioned, whenever the Spectrum Protect server crash, it generates the core file in the instance directory. However, like if you want to generate the core file into some different location, then you need to set this path here. For that, you need to take help from your AX admin or the OS admin to set this value because it may impact other application as well. So be make sure like you are checking with your OS admin before changing this core file location. Okay, so in my case, it is not set to with any customized path. It means my core will generate in the default path is instance directory. So let me check first whether my server is running or not. So I will run this command ps-ef and it shows me that my TSM server is running. And because I need to generate a code dump file. In your case, you should not because in your case, maybe the Spectrum Protect server crash automatically. So it will generate the code dump automatically. But in my case, for the demo purpose, I am running the kill-11 command to generate a code dump file. Okay, so this is the process ID I need to use. However, I do not suggest or we do not suggest to run the kill command in a production server because it will stop your Spectrum Protect server. So until unless it is recommended by support or you are seeing that your server got hung, then you can try that 11 option to generate a code dump file, and that code dump file will help us to identify the cause of hung or crash. So let me kill my server. So I have killed my server. Now let me check the process is gone or not. Okay, so the process ID is gone here. Let me double verify using DSM ADMC command. So let me put my ID. So it is giving me an error message because my Spectrum Protect server is down now. So I cannot connect to my Spectrum Protect server. So let me check whether is any code has been generated or not. So for that, I will verify using ERRP report. So let me redirect this output into a file. Okay. And let me open this file now. Okay. So I have opened this ERRP report and the first thing is shows me is label equal code dump. It means some application has generated a code dump file. Okay. So we are not sure which application has generated. So let verify which application or which thing has generated this code dump file. So let go down. Seems stuck here. Hi Vino, am I audible?
Yeah, Bharat.
Okay. It seems my servers got stuck. 1 minute. Okay. So more rrpt dot out. Okay. So let me increase the size of the font. 1 minute. Okay. So this code has been generated and I was not sure which application has generated this core file. Now here it will tell me which application has generated this code. So program name is DSM server. It means my Spectrum Protect server application has crashed and generated that core file. Now where is the core file? The core file is here. It is giving the path here. It is generated under the instance directory. So this is my instance directory and this is my core file name. Okay, so now I know where is my core file and where is my DSM server executable because I need to run the dbx utility to extract the call stack. So currently I'm in this directory. Let me go to in the tsm-1 which is my instance directory. Let me verify here where is my core file and this is my core file generated here in the instance directory. Now I need to first verify whether I have the dbx utility or not. So for that I will run which dbx and it shows me the path. It means I have the dbx utility. Otherwise you will receive an error message that dbx not found or not, the path is not found here. In my case dbx is installed on my AX box. So let me run the dbx utility. So the syntax is dbx path of my DSM server executable. So opt tuoli tsm server bin DSM server. So this is my DSM server executable and this is my path of my executable. Let me next is instance path where the code generated. So this is the path tsm minus d1 tsm minus d1. Here my core generated and my core file name is core. So let me put the core file name is core. So once I press the enter key, I will receive a dbx prompt. Again, this is a dbx prompt. This is not a OS prompt. So you need to make sure you will receive the dbx prompt. Now here I will run the command, which is dbx command, which is known as dbx commands. So here I will run where command, where, at the webx dbx prompt. So once I press the enter key, I have the call stack. And this is the call stack which we are looking for. And what it shows the number of threads. And what those are threads? Those threads are responsible for the Spectrum Protect server crash. So what is our next action is, once I have the call stack, now what I need to do, I need to look on, pick up 2 or 3 threads, let's say SignalVet or any of the thread, you can pick it up, search on the Google. Most probably you will receive a known issue, or you will find an APAR. Just make sure you not just you can compare the call stack, but also compare or check the activity log, whether the APAR which is mentioned, which is hitting to your call stack, have also detail about the, like, which operation you are performing, whether reorg you are performing, whether replication, and that time you will receive any crash. Okay, then you can say, yeah, I am hitting to that APAR and I need to upgrade my server in case your server is down level to that APAR. In case if you do not find any of the known issue, yeah, then surely you can share this output to support team and tell them, like, this is the call stack I have extracted, and you can further analyze. So support team will further investigate the issue to identify whether there is a known issue, or whether it's a configuration issue, or whether it's a code issue, to tell you the cause of the crash. So this is the first part. Let me quit from the DBX prompt. Now, second case, let's say if you do not have the DB. Now what happen if you do not have DBX utility? Then how do you extract the call stack? Yeah, sure. If you do not have the DBX utility, you can't extract the call stack, but you have option to extract everything like core file, DSM server executable, and the library files using the Snap Core utility. And this Snap Core utility again is AX utility, not related with the TSM or Spectrum Protect. This is a Snap Core utility for AX, and it will compress core file, your DSM server executable, and the library files, and put in under a zip file or a PAX file. It will create that PAX file. So first we need to make sure we need to run this Snap Core from the TS Spectrum Protect installation directory. So let me hang again. Sorry for that. Let me reconnect. Okay, so let me once again change the font. Okay, so let me go to the installation directory, Tivoli, TSM, server, bin. So I am into the installation directory and do the ls-l, and let me show you whether I have this. Okay, this is the installation directory, and I need to run the snap core file, the command utility. So for that I need to run snap core, path of the core file, home, tsm-t1, tsm-t1, and my core file name. And then I need to give the path of my executable. You can directly give DSM serve, but it is recommended to run the full command without the complete path. So it won't show you any kind of error message, or it won't give you kind of like path not found or something kind of error message you won't receive if you give the complete path. So I ran the snap core command, and it is trying to collect the everything which I mentioned, the core dump file and the DSM server executable and library files, as well as it will also collect the ERRP report. So let's say if you do not have the DBX utility, then how do you extract it? You run that snapcore command, it generate a PAX file, that PEX file you can copy into your another AX server, right? And there you can extract it, and there you can extract the call stack using the DSM server core file and the library file which is come under this file. So this snapcore command is completed and it generated a file here. So let me go to that path. So as you can see, here is my snapcore file. It is generated by the above command which I ran, and it generated a PEX file with that option. So let me extract this file. So let me go to that path again, and I just want to show you what are the content of this file. So for that you need to run command cat the file name and the pipe symbol PEX-R. So it is extracting, and once it complete the extraction, I will show you what are the things comes under this zip file or the PEX file. And from there you can go ahead and extract, you can copy that things to into the server where you have the DBX utility. Otherwise you can share this PEX file with support team. So they will extract this thing to their AX server where they have the DBX utility, and then they can find. So as you can see, I have extracted, and it show me the DSM server executable. It will show me the home directory. Why it is showing home directory? Because under the home I have the core file. So in this path I have the core file. It also has the ERRP report. So you can verify from ERRP report, okay, when my core was generated, when my server was crashed, and where is my core file. So by this you can identify the cause of the server crash, or you can extract the call stack. If you do not have the DBX, you can extract into another server. So this is for AX server. I have Linux server as well. So let me show you if I Linux server. Okay, this is again 1 minute. So this is my Linux server. Okay, as you can see, Linux, and here I already have the core file. I did not kill my server this time because I thought the core file is already there. So let me show you what utility I need to use there. So ls-ltr, and let me show you first, do I have the core or not? So I have the core file here, and this core was generated on May 4th. Okay, so my server got crashed on May 4th, and this is the core file generated by my DSM server process. Okay, so for Linux, we have utility called get core info, and this is under the installation path. So let me go to the installation path, opt tivoli tsm server bin and ls-l. So here you can see get core info. This is the utility. This utility comes with Spectrum Protect server only. This is utility developed by the IBM Spectrum Protect developers, and we will analyze, or we will run this utility to have the call stack. So let me run this utility get core info, and I need to give the path of my DSM serve executable. As mentioned, it is suggested to have the complete path and the executable name. And then you need to give the path of your core file, tsm-t1, and the core file name is, let me copy and paste that core file name. So this is my core file name. Let me copy it here. So this is the syntax, get core info. This is the path of DSM serve executable, and this is the DSM serve executable name. And this is the path where my core is generated, and this is the core file name. And I need to press the enter, and it start to collect, to extract the call stack, and it will generate two files. So it usually takes some time. So let run this command in the background, and let me show you what exactly it will generate. So it will generate these two files, getcoreinfo.txt and getcoreinfo shlib.tar.zz, so zip file. So this file have the call stack, okay, and this file have the core file and executable and the library files. So mainly we need to look for this file, or we need to open that file, and I will show you the content here. Either you can search DSM server or go down. It will show you. The first thing you need to search is DSM server. So here, once you search the DSM server, you will find this kind of string there. As you can see, core was generated by DSM server. Program terminate with signal 11. So this is the call stack. The first one you need to look on. Don't go down. Don't go down for that. The first stack. This is the first stack. You need to look on this stack. And again, as mentioned in, I explained in the AX code dump analysis, these are the threads. And these are the threads which are responsible for the Spectrum Protect server crash. And you need to search for those threads on Google to identify any known issue. And if you find out, then you can upgrade it. Or if you think that it's not matching with your call stack, then you can share this output. Not just only this output, you can share this complete file as well as the tar.zip file. As let me show you the content of this file as well. So here you have the core file under the home. This is the core file, right? So this get core info automatically extract the core file, DSM server executable, or whatever the library detail it required to analyze the analyze the core dump. It will comes under this zip file. And if you are not sure, you can just send those two files to support team, and they will tell you what could be the cause of your server crash. Note, a Spectrum Protect server not always create a code dump file. If you have any configuration issue, as mentioned, let's say your active log get full, it doesn't mean it will generate a code dump. A code dump will generate if you see there are some functional issue or the code issue, then it could be the possibility that core will generate or the crash will generate a code dump. Otherwise it won't. So let me also show you either whether this command completed or not. So this command has been completed, the get core info command. And let me show you what it generated. As you can see, it generated these two files, which I showed you on my window box. I copied those two files into my windows and just find out the call stack. These two files is generated by this get core info, and this get core info.txt have the call stack. And if you are not sure, then always you can share these two files to support team to further analyze it and find out the root cause. So that's it from my end. Now we can go for the question answers session. And if you have any question, you can also put in the QA section of this chat, of this webinar chat.